Hey guys, how we doing today? It's Captain Planet here. I wanted to start teaching you guys a little bit more about plant nutrition. You know, some of you guys understand the NPK, for example. The macronutrients means nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. But a lot of folks don't understand what all these nutrients do. And then secondary nutrients like sulfur, for example, and micronutrients like zinc and manganese and boron and iron. So I'm going to make a video about each one of these nutrients and why it's so vital to the plant. First nutrient that we're going to start off with is the most important for plant production, and that's nitrogen. You know, so nitrogen, the reason why nitrogen is so important, nitrogen is the green that you see, okay? So nitrogen is a key component for the molecules, the enzymes and proteins that actually, one, do cellular division, and two, it's a key component of the molecule chlorophyll. So not only is it the ability to be a solar panel, and that chlorophyll is how a plant actually breaks down the sun's energy and creates starch from it and sugars and makes it its own energy. So not only is it nitrogen responsible for that solar panel effect, but it's also responsible for cellular division, meaning how big that plant's going to get. I see that the little rig that I take this GoPro up is kind of shaking a bit, so hopefully I won't have to redo this video, because you know I don't like doing that. So think about this, guys. If we have a lack of nitrogen, for example, oh no, I think the irrigation's about to come on in here. Well, we'll just go with it. We'll take it over here. All right. We can still make this work. We don't have to redo a video, by golly. I'll just shove this in the composting here and we'll call it good. All right. So now when a plant, for example, doesn't have enough nitrogen, it's not going to create as big of a solar panel, meaning the leaf is not going to get big enough, and it's going to be a little bit chlorotic, meaning it's not going to be that deep green. So not only do you not have enough surface area of leaf to soak up the sun, but you don't have enough of that green chlorophyll to actually use the sun's energy for the plant's energy. So this is super, super, super important for plant production. You know, I would probably have to say that the second most important nutrient for a plant would be potassium. So we'll crank that out on the next video. But think about this, guys. Nitrogen is basically an infinite resource, because believe it or not, every hectare of, or every acre of land, for every acre there's about 36,000 pounds of atmospheric nitrogen. The problem is that it's hard to turn that atmospheric nitrogen into fixed nitrogen that the plants actually need. But some time ago, a couple scientists figured out a way to take atmospheric nitrogen and convert it into anhydrous ammonia, which is what we use to make fertilizers out of. Now, keep in mind that America is actually the only first world country that allows anhydrous ammonia to be applied at a first-rate product into the soil. Not even Mexico allows anhydrous ammonia to be put straight into the soil. We have to derive safer ways to deliver that nitrogen source so it doesn't just leach right out. Because if you guys can tell, it's raining a little bit. It rains all the time here in Florida. You know, so it's important to start understanding these nutrients, not only so we can become better growers, but also so we can become better stewards of the land. Because nitrogen and phosphorus, for example, are some of the biggest sources of nutrient pollution that there is. Our phosphorus is really getting out of hand. Phosphorus is something that's essential to life. It's in our DNA. We'll talk about that in the phosphorus video. But for nitrogen, everything that you guys can see that's green, that green is responsible from the nitrogen. You know, it's a key component. You know, we thought we were going to run out of fixed nitrogen to farm with a while back until that invention came along. But keep in mind, phosphorus, for example, is a finite resource. There is only so much because we derive it from phosphate rocks. We'll get into that in the phosphorus video, but please keep in mind, Stewardship comes along with the knowledge of how plants work, because when we apply too much, not only is it toxic to the plant that we're trying to grow, it also leaches into our waterways, just like this body of water right here. Now, if you guys saw the video that I made, I believe yesterday, or maybe it was the day before, I was out here farming and there's some otters playing right there. You know, so it's a prime example of how I operate my farm in one with nature. There's a way to live with the earth, and there's a way not to live with the earth. Captain Planet chooses the way of earth. And I think that if everybody did, we'd be doing a heck of a lot better. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.